I wanted to capture, what the piece of dirt at the center of the oyster that formed the pearl.
Okay.
And with all megalomaniacal characters and tyrants of every kind, it's a combination of lovelessness, of not being accepted by the world for who you are, and also the conditions around him have to be right, which is the corruption of our government and the whatever, and greed and avarice. All of those things have to be important elements. Only that has to be right in order for evil to thrive.
Yeah.
Hope I'm not too late.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Name's Tails.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Step 1, light taunting. Step 2, I have no idea. That wasn't too bad.
In the movie, we could see that Sonic sneak out from home at night to fight crime. When you were younger and living with your parents, did you ever sneak out of home, and did your parents find out? That's a good one.
I did sneak out, but my parents didn't really care, so I was trying to sneak as much as I could to get them to care.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I do remember sneaking out once. I wasn't caught by my parents, but I told my friends on a Saturday night that they wanted to go on a bike ride. This was I was 15, but I had a girlfriend. 15 or 16, I had a girlfriend. And I said, no, I'm going to stay in. I'm going to go to bed.
Right.
And then once they went off on their bikes, I snuck out, drove over to my high school girlfriend's house, sat outside her window and talked to her through the window.
Oh.
And then my friends rolled up on their bikes and we knew you'd be here. And that was me kind of sneaking out, but away from my friends.
And listen, I could tell you countless stories of all the girlfriends I had when I was 15, 16, but instead, I was playing video games by myself once. One time, there was a story when I was in high school. One time, my parents left, and I'm very close to my family, and I don't really break the rules all that much. So it was I had a party inside the house when they left. And then I felt so guilty about it that when they came home, I said, I had a party. And they go, yeah, we figured the house is 20 times cleaner than when we left.
Robotnik is back.
I discovered the source of ultimate power.
We need to get it back or the world is doomed.
You brought some kind of space porcupine.
I am an echidna warrior.
Andy, nice to meet you, Andy.
Nice to meet you, Jim. I'm really happy and excited for this interview because as a 90s baby, I watch all your movies and they left me beautiful memories.
Oh, wonderful. That's one of the thrills of my life, I honestly, I keep running into people, and some of the people that have become big stars in their own right and stuff who come up to me and say I was inspired to get into the business because I watched The Mask or something like that. And it's really always a thrill for me. It's really cool.
Yes, thank you
I
so
did
much.
it for you.
Oh, thank you so much. This mean a lot for me. But Jim, I like to ask you, how do you feel about coming back in this sequel with this evil character who apparently ends up losing his mind even more?
Yeah, it's great. It's a great opportunity. Always great when a character can evolve, That was one of the things I liked about this franchise, is that he wasn't going to stay the same. It was going to be what's the next evolution of this character when megalomania completely takes him over and turns him into a black hole of greed and avarice, sucking everything into himself, So when he gets that emerald power, he becomes this quantum evil, he's evil 3.0. He now has the power to enter the seventh dimension, and
Yes.
move through time and do whatever and do fun things that I would imagine, a character who has those powers would have to do. They'd have to entertain themselves, make it fun for themselves, right? So I came up with the talking like a synthesizer and all that stuff, which is always a strange thing. You'd call the director and go, I want to talk like a synthesizer, like that.
Yeah, I know. And if you could take over the world with a giant machine like Eggman's, what song will you choose to do it and why?
Myself, if I wasn't Robotnik, if I was myself,
Yes.
it would be Gregorian chants. I don't think music ever got any better than that.
And I can see the enormous passion that you put into this character, and I'm excited to read the official movie prequel. Can you tell me a little bit about the story you spearheaded?
I feel about it like I wanted to capture, what the piece of dirt at the center of the oyster that formed the pearl,
Okay.
and with all megalomaniacal characters and tyrants of every kind, it's a combination of lovelessness, of not being accepted by the world for who you are, and also the conditions around him have to be right, which is the corruption of our government and the whatever, and greed and avarice. All of those things have to be important elements. That only that has to be right in order for evil to thrive.
Yes.
Papa's got a brand new stash.
If you had to choose one song to save your life in a dance battle, which will it be and why?
That's a great.
That's
scene.
so basically, if you're gonna have a dance off to save your own life,
Save
what
your
would
own
it
life,
be?
and you have to win the dance off.
Yeah, that's a great question.
I would. Sinead O'Connor. Nothing compares to you. I feel like everyone would go kind of high energy, right? I would sort of slow it down. And
Oh, that's
make
smart.
it really interpretive.
And by the way, maybe this is too energetic. I would do the audiobook to James Marsden's autobiography. Because to me, that's good and really exciting. And I think it's Barack Obama who does the VO for that, right?
Yeah. Well,
So I would dance to that. James Marsden's audiobook, where the first couple chapters are just about skin regimen and stuff like that. But it's a smart book. By the end, it gets smart.
Today's forecast calls for a 100% chance of adventure. Return to sender.
Girls, how are you? Thank you for having me here. I'm really happy and excited for this movie.
We're excited to be here. So glad to be here.
Thank you. To begin with, if you were in Sonic's shoes and you want to have a perfect night by yourself at home, what things will you do?
If I have the shoes on, I don't have to stay home, right? I can go as fast as I want to anywhere. So my night at home would probably be a quick run to Italy for some pasta, a quick run to the Maldives for a quick dip, and then a quick run home to probably take a nice bath.
I will go with you. I mean, I'll be on Sonic's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love those ideas.
Yeah, the world is your oyster with those shoes.
And if you have in your possession the 6 Chaos Emerald, what will you ask for and why? You have all this power for you.
Well, it's crazy because the emerald is an emerald that makes your thoughts become things. So oh my gosh. Oh, that's so,
I don't know. Is there a way to wish it to give everyone common sense?
That's a good one.
Do you know what I mean? Just everyone be cool.
Yeah.
I was reading about the projects that both of you have coming up. Of all that you have done or will do, what excites you the most?
The world is our oyster, really. I think what's so exciting right now in Hollywood is that there's just a climate of understanding that the world looks like us, and to have representation not just be sort of an afterthought, but be the focus of so many projects that are being created, written, and directed. It's an exciting time to think about, the future and its potential.
In the movie, we see this new character, Knuckles, who has different powers than Sonic. What was the most challenging part of bringing him to life?
It's just it's a much bigger movie, a much more ambitious movie from a visual effects and animation standpoint. But that's also the stuff that I love the most. I mean, I come from that background, from visual effects and from animation, so it's so much fun for me to get to sort of have the best of both worlds, to do a live action shoot and work with really great actors like Jim Carrey and James Marsden and Tika Sumpter and Natasha Rothwell. I mean, the list goes on. And then also to get to do animation and to work with Idris Elba on as the voice of Knuckles. But was so excited about getting to expand the Sonic movie universe and to bring in some of these fan favorite characters like Tails and Knuckles. Tails, of course, voiced by Colleen O'Shaughnessy, who's incredible. She just really knows what she's doing when it comes to that little fox.
How do you feel that the director of Sega, Haruki Satomi, is delighted with everything that is being developed from Sonic in a cinematic universe?
Oh, it's wonderful. And everyone at Sega is so great and has been so supportive. Obviously, we take this very seriously. I mean, Sonic is their mascot. That is their, he's such an important part of Sega. So we take that very seriously. But it's wonderful. They really are great partners in the movies, and we always sort of make sure to keep them looped in on what we're doing so that we can just make the best Sonic movie possible.
What is the thing that have you more excited of everything that is coming forward in the Sonic live action cinematic universe?
Right now, I'm just excited for everyone to see what we've been working on these last 2 years. I mean, movies take a really long time, especially a visual effects film like this. So just to be where we are and to have the opportunity to share this movie with audiences around the world. It's such a big, fun movie. So proud of it. It's got so much action, but also so much heart, so much humor. To finally be at a point where we get to share it is just really exciting for me. But yes, there's all kinds of great possibilities. Sonic's been around for 30 years. There's so many characters, so many stories that could become part of our movie universe. So, but yeah, right now I'm just enjoying where we're at right now with number 2.
Unworthy!
You forgot one. Unstoppable.
Stand still and die!
For a guy named Knuckles, you are really bad at punching.